Hey, what's up, everyone? This is James, and this is Reading English 100 Days Challenge. Today is day 13. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna read Marketing 4.0, and today we are on page 289. Step-by-step omni-channel marketing. Hello there. This is like 12 and 12:19 a.m. in the morning here in Shanghai. How are you there? Okay, step-by-step omnichannel marketing. To develop a good omnichannel marketing strategy, marketers need to view customer path on more granular level. Marketers need to map all possible touchpoints and channels across 5As, since there are many possible combinations of touchpoints and channels that customers experience. Marketers need to identify the most popular ones. The omnichannel marketing strategy should focus on the integration of those most popular channels. Okay, step 1, map all possible touchpoints and channels across the consumer path. The first step in developing an omni-channel marketing strategy is to put all possible touchpoints and channels across the 5As. A touchpoint is defined as very direct and indirect customer interaction, online and offline, with a brand or other customers interaction, online and offline, with a brand or other customers in relation to the brand throughout the customer path. It is usually described as an actual action that consumers take when they are in each stage of the 5As. For example, in the aware stage, customers' touchpoints include learning about a product, whereas the act stage, customer touchpoints include purchasing a product, using the product, and servicing it. Hi there. Welcome to my life. Okay, consumer path, touchpoint, and channels. Aware, appeal, ask, act, and advocate. Banner ad, print ad. Banner ad, QR code on print ad. Contact center, content sites, content center, salespeople, or showroom. Showroom repair, workshop, salespeople, and social media. Okay, learn at the aware stage. Learn about a car from an ad, and yes or no. Okay, and appear, follow up the ads, call to action, and ask, search for information about different brands and models. Schedule test drive, pre-order a car and pay for the car, use the car and service the car, and finally recommend the car. Pretty good on auto industry. Mapping touchpoints and channels across different consumer paths. A channel, on the other hand, is one of any online and offline intermediaries used by customers to interact with the brand. In general, there are two types of channels: communication and sales channels. Communication channels include any channels that facilitate the transmission of information and content, such as television, print media, social media, content websites, and contact centers, among others. On the other hand, sales channels include any channels that facilitate transactions, such as retail outlets, Salesforce, e-commerce websites, telesales agents, and sales exhibitions, among others. Sometimes communication and sales channels are closely linked with one another without a clear definition of roles. A touch point might involve one or more channels. For instance, a customer might learn about product from multiple sources: print ads, online banner ads, contact center, and salespeople. Similarly, a channel might serve different touch points. For example, a consumer center might become a channel for customers to wait. What's the difference between a touch point and a channel? A touch point is every direct and indirect customer interaction with brand and or other customers in relation to brand throughout the consumer path. Which of the following did consumers go through when they which of the following did consumers go through when they bought the car? Okay, channel. Channel is communication platforms and channel used by customers to interact with the brand. Example of communications media: TV, social media, call center, touchpoint. Every direct and indirect consumer interaction. Touchpoint. Touchpoint. So on each channel, we have some touch points. A touchpoint might involve one or more channels. A touchpoint might involve one or more channels. A touchpoint. Okay, let me highlight this in green, and let's just say it's the difference between a channel and a touchpoint. Okay, a channel might serve different touchpoint. A channel might serve different touchpoint. For example, a contact center might become a channel for customers to learn about a product and become a channel for customers to place an order. These overlapping touchpoint roles and channels are important to ensure that customers undergo a seamless and coherent experience from end to end. Wow, from end to end. For marketers, more touchpoints and channels lead to more marketer coverage for their brands, but they also mean more complexity in designing a coherent omnichannel marketing strategy. Marketers need to find the right balance between market coverage and simplicity in planning their omnichannel marketing strategy. All right, step 2, identifying the most critical touchpoints and channels. Any individual customers might choose to experience a different combination of touchpoints across multiple channels in a certain sequence, which we call a consumer path scenario. For example, a customer buying a car might see an online banner ad, click the ad, and land on a content website where the consumer learns more about the car. Furthermore, the consumer schedules a test drive and decided to buy another, completing it. Decided to buy after completing it. This is one possible scenario. Another possible scenario is that the consumer sees the ad on television, calls the contact center to schedule a test drive, and decides to buy after completing it. There are many possible scenarios that may add complexity to the omnichannel marketing execution. The focus should be on the most popular ones. Consider the um, Pareto. What is a Pareto? Consider the Pareto principle as the rule of thumb. The top 20% of all possible scenarios is perhaps being followed by 80% of the customers. Company resources should be concentrated on creating a seamless and consistent experience across touchpoints and channels that matter the most. Interesting. A snapshot of the consumer passion scenario. Conversion rate from one touchpoint to the next. Average lead time from one touchpoint to the next. 10 seconds. Okay, there are 60% of chance for me to learn about a car from a banner ad, and then 60% that I'm gonna click the banner ads and arrive at a content site. And then another 30% I'm gonna read for more information at the content site. Is the importance index of each touchpoint. One being the most important is the most popular path. Learn about the car from a banner ad and click the banner ad. Well, 10 seconds, 10 minutes. Get 66% is it will take a long time to buy a car. Lead time for one touch point to the next, 10 seconds. You got 10 seconds to grab my attention or nothing will happen. Click the banner ad and arrive at content. Stop power. Identifying the most popular touchpoints and channels. Okay, step 3, improve and integrate the most critical touchpoint and channels. The next step is to evaluate and improve the most important channels across the most critical touchpoints, which will determine the success of omnichannel marketing. Companies should also allocate additional finance resources to those important elements. To deliver a truly omnichannel consumer experience, companies should also create an organizational structure that can operationalize the strategy. Companies should break the organizational silos and connect the internal teams responsible for different channels so that they can collaborate and deliver their seamless and consistent experience. In many cases, collaboration works best when companies merge different teams, along with their goals and budgets. When they are merged, they will work together seamlessly to figure out the best way to allocate their budgets and achieve their goals. Regardless of the channels, the objectives become unified to deliver the best customer experience while getting the most sales from omnichannel marketing. For some organizations that are unable to merge different channel teams, they can incentivize their team and make sure everyone is motivated to support the omnichannel marketing initiative. For example, contact center agents can be incentivized for their roles in driving customers to purchase. And even though the purchase may occur on the e-commerce, That's the start of O2O. Engagement marketing for brand affinity. Harnessing the power of mobile apps, social CRM, and gamification. Social CRM and gamification. Harnessing the power of mobile apps, social CRM, and gamification. And gamification. Engagement marketing for brand affinity. Harnessing the power of mobile apps, social CRM and gamification. Harnessing the power of mobile apps, social CRM and gamification. When marketers successfully drive consumers from aware to act, marketers complete what is known as the sales cycle. It is understandable that most marketers put more emphasis on this sales cycle part of the consumer path. However, they should not underestimate the importance of moving customers from act to advocacy. In fact, the final step in the consumer path is what differentiates digital marketing from traditional marketing. In fact, this final step in the consumer path is what differentiates digital marketing from traditional marketing. In the digital economy, the power of advocacy is amplified by the unprecedented proliferation of mobile connectivity and social media communities. Shit, what does that mean? Okay, however, they should not underestimate the importance of moving customers from act to advocacy. In fact, the final step in the consumer path is what differentiates digital marketing from traditional marketing. In the digital economy, the power of advocacy is amplified by the unprecedented proliferations of mobile connectivity and social media communities. Converting first-time buyers into loyal advocates involves a series of customer engagement activities. There are essentially three popular techniques that can be proven to increase engagement in the digital era. The first technique involves the use of mobile applications to enhance the digital customer experience. The next one involves the application of social customer relationship management, CRM, to engage customers in conversations and provide solutions. These three methods are not mutually exclusive. In fact, marketers should combine them to arrive at the best outcome. The question is how? How much budget do we have and what's the lead time to get it down? Enhancing digital experiences with mobile apps. Okay, I'm going to read this paragraph one more time. Converting first-time buyers into loyal advocates involves a series of customer engagement activities. There are essentially three popular techniques that have been proven to increase engagement in digital era. The first technique involves the enhancement of digital involves the use of mobile applications. The first one to improve engagement is the social CRM to engage customers in conversation and provide solutions, and social CRM to engage customers in conversation and provide solutions, and finally gamification to drive the right sets of customers to drive the right sets of customer behavior. These three methods are not mutually exclusive. In fact, markets should combine them to arrive at the best outcome. Enhancing digital experiences with mobile apps. Consider these facts. More than 60% of the global population will own smartphone by 2020. According to ExxonMobility report, moreover, more than 60% of the global population will own smartphones by 2020. According to Ericsson Mobility report, moreover, around 80% of mobile data traffic around 80% of mobile data traffic will come from smartphones. What will this smartphone dominated market entail? Customers now real Customers now rely heavily on smartphones to perform several activities. In the United States, most people who own smartphones read news, share content, and learn about communities on their phones. According to the Pew Research Center, in fact, average Americans checking their phones around 48 times a day, according to a study by Deloitte. In the context of after-sales service, a study commissioned by Alcatel-Lucent in Brazil, Japan, and United Kingdom and the United States found that smartphone users preferred self-service apps to service help desks. People became attached to their smartphones, and always keep them close. People became attracted. People became attached to their smartphones. People become attached to their smartphone and always keep them close and always keep them close. People become attract. People become attached to their smartphones and always keep them close. Smartphones have Smartphones have arguably become the best channels for engaging customers. Therefore, it becomes imperative for marketers to reach out to and engage customers through smartphone apps. Evidently, most of the top 100 top one or more use cases. First, mobile apps can be launched as media for content. Example videos and games. A great example of this is Pokemon Go app, which uses augmented reality technology as people go different places. Different Pokemon show sort of fictional creatures appears virtually on the app screen, including people to travel more to collect their Pokemon. Second, mobile apps can be launched as self-service channels through which customers access their account information to make transactions. Some examples include Toyota Financial Services app and Walgreens app. The Toyota Financial Service app enables Toyota owners to manage their accounts and even make car payments inside the app. The Walgreens app allows customers to refill prescriptions, print photos, and clip coupons, among other things. Shit. Step 1. Determine the use cases. Step 2. Design the key functionalities and user interface. Develop the back-end integration, providing solutions with social CRM. In recent years, the proliferation of social media has become unstoppable. The Pew Research Center, what the hell is Pew Research Center? Proliferation, 激增. rapid production of a cell, part, or organism, growth, proliferation, multiplication, spread, escalation, expansion, build out, proliferation. In recent years, the proliferation of social media has become unstoppable. Social media 的激增 has become unstoppable. In recent years, the proliferation of social media has become unstoppable. The Pew Research Center reported 65% of American adults use social media in 2015, up from 7% in 2005. In 2016, there were 2.3 billion social media users, which represents 31% of worldwide population, according to We Are Social. It has become imperative for brands to connect with customers through social media. Consider this fact reported by United Kingdom's Internet Advertising Bureau. About 90% of customers would actually recommend brands after interacting with them on social media. Similarly, a survey by NM Insight revealed that customers who experience positive social consumer care are nearly 3 times more likely to become advocates. In such contexts, social CRM, the use of social media to manage brand interactions with the customers and build long-term relationships, will be an essential tool for customer engagement. All right. Social CRM is a major shift from traditional CRM. Whereas traditional CRM is typically company-driven, social CRM is customer-driven. In traditional CRM, companies dictate the communications and consumers using outbound channels that they prefer, such as email and call center. In social CRM, customers initiate the communication with inbound inquiries through inbound. What is inbound? Inbound. Look up. Inbound, traveling toward a particular place, especially when returning to the original point or departure. Customer initiate the communication with inbound inquiries through social media. Thus, social CRM knows no business hours and can really be automated. Customers expect instant and customer responses around the clock. Due to the nature of social media, social CRM is conversational, unlike traditional CRM, which is more one-way and critical and cyclical. Social CRM involves ongoing dialogues. The dialogues are not only between the brands and customers, but also between consumers and their own communities. Because of the social dynamics, issues can hardly be contained and isolated. Anyone, including potential customers, can see the brand's responses and jump into the conversation. There are typically 3 use cases of social CRM. The first is to listen to the voice of customers. Brands can extract insights from the general conversation happening on social media regarding them. The second is to involve brands in general conversations. Companies can assign a team to comment and influence conversation in order to obtain more favorable outcomes. The third use case is to handle complaints and potentially lead to brand cries. companies are expected to provide solutions to customers' issues before the issues go viral. Social CRM. Oh, all right. It's already 30 minutes. I think that's all for tonight. Thank you. Thank you. Have a good night.